do it here.
The Triple M Footy
Listen to the fans.
Fan Podcast.
That's right. It's the Triple M Footy Fan Podcast. We're back for another week of Triple M Footy Fan action, I suppose. My name's Rudy Etzel. I'm joined by Tommy Pearce. How are you, mate?
G'day, boys. Yeah, a bit flat this week, but that's what happens when your mob gets done on Anzac Day.
George Porter.
Yep, good to be here, boys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How did you feel after Anzac Day?
You
were there, weren't you?
I was there. I saw
we'll
it
talk about
coming.
that a bit
I
later
saw
first.
it coming. Yeah.
Oh, I
saw it
definitely
coming?
saw it coming.
Yeah, yes, you did.
Because I put it on the public record.
Oh, all right, don't jump ahead too far.
Got
on
your
the,
hotkey there, mate? Yes, there it is.
Let's kick off, boys, with our legend of the week, shall we? Tommy, who is yours?
Well, it was hard to go past a young fella who made his debut for Adelaide in Riley Thilthorpe. He actually had a bit of a stinker in the first quarter or so. I think his first 3 touches were all turnovers, and he was about -8 Supercoach points at quarter time.
Yeah.
It's a good start.
About -8.
He tried to cut off.
He was tracking it or anything.
He tried to cut off a couple of little 45s and got a bit cute, and then the second half he just ripped the joint to shreds. He kicked 5 goals, dominated in the air. He just flew at the footy. He looked like I haven't seen anyone do that in their first game ever. Almost.
Not like that.
And apparently he was recruited as like more of a ruckman than a forward. So you see these kids who kind of are undersized, like haven't filled out yet as ruckman. They start him like forward as the kind of second or third tall forward. This guy is their number one, like because Tex is a bit undersized. So I think as the season goes, he's going to get way more attention. And 5 goals was unreal.
I heard on maybe the AFL Exchange podcast, I think, where Riley Thilthorpe told one of them, maybe Cal Toomey, that he views himself as a winger.
Oh,
That's
right.
his-
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's...
If they recruited him as a
I think that's
ruckman, though,
right,
because Riley O'Brien's still got a long career ahead of him. So
I think he'll end up
side
playing
up.
as a key forward.
From what we saw, bloody hell, it'd be hard to move him out of that forward 50.
He
but
looked massive too. Like you look at say the King brothers, you look at Ugle Hagen, like you look at even Luke Jackson, and like they look physically like even Logan McDonald, they look physically like like skinny.
Yeah, they were
They'll
wiry.
look massive.
Yeah, he does.
He looks huge.
He's solid. So I'm excited.
Something in the water over there in Adelaide because our man Luke I've forgotten his name now. The Port fella, the mullet guy.
Oh, Lockie
Jones.
Yeah.
Lockie Jones. I don't know, Luke Jackson. Who's Luke Jackson?
Luke Jackson.
He's a Melbourne player.
The
Is
Melbourne
he?
forward, yeah.
All right. Oh,
But he
yeah.
looks seriously good as well.
Yeah, he can
Just
play.
quietly. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
My legend of the week. I've been to the Gold Coast on the weekend.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Tanned this week. Look at him.
Holidays, Edsel.
Holidays, Edsel.
Bit of reef oil up there. He's looking primed.
Never would a man have looked so comfortable walking down Broadbeach than you.
Like a young Michael Roberts just swanning himself up and down there.
Didn't quite make it to Broadbeach, fellas, but I did go to Carrara on Saturday afternoon, and Ben King's my legend of the week. He owned that joint.
He can
Dead
play.
set. He looked bigger every time the ball came down there, and he's already at a stage in his career where he's what's he played 40 odd games.
Yeah,
They stood Caden Brand next to him. Sydney did, and he looked at him and he went, "I've got you on.
I
toast,
got you,
my
boy."
friend." Yeah. And he just took mark after mark. He was doing so well. Like he was doing that thing that key forwards do, where they take contested marks that look uncontested because they've shaken the bloke off it so early.
Yeah.
And then just dobbing goals. He kicked 5-1. He probably could have kicked 8 or 9, but
The young forward stocks in the comp are quite good at the moment.
They're actually
it's going to be an
outrageous,
exciting kind of era, I think. If these new rules are opening the game up, and then we've got the guys like we were saying with Thilthorpe and the King brothers, Aaron Norton, Harry Mackay, like it's looking good.
yeah, I'm really excited about it. The one I've been looking forward to the most is Max King. I think he's the cream of the crop there. He just
It'll be fun watching them all develop.
indeed it will. George Porter, who is your legend this week?
You know, I do like to go a little bit off Broadway with these. You've got
you
the
do.
players who certainly deserve it, but as a fan of a team who sits not equal 17th, Collingwood are outright 17th. So knowing that
Don't
you need to
remind me.
try and find a positive around your club when you're not going so well, and this is what someone has done in a Facebook group. The group is called True Passionate Supporters of the Adelaide Crows, 4 exclamation points. They have not had a good 18 months, right? They've not had a good 18 months. But this is what someone's posted in their forum after the Hawthorn loss. So they were what? They kicked 14, 15 straight. And
Yeah.
they still lost the game. We may not have gotten the 4 points, but if you look at the Port score compared with the Crows score, we actually scored more than them. So we beat Port this weekend.
That's clutching at straws.
Oh no!
So you might be having a real bad weekend, but if you just look at the other scores again, well, we would have beaten Port. That's fine. So don't know what the showdown record is now, but one more for the Crows. There you go.
Well, the Pies would have beaten Melbourne then. So
hang on, we're flag favourites. There you go. There we are.
On
There
the
you go.
subject of the Crowies there, George, you wanted to, I know you're a big kit guy, you wanted to do a little bit of apparel chat out of their loss to Hawthorn.
The Crows have kind of gone a little bit Port Adelaide at the moment. So I remember I'll call it 10 years ago, Port were rolling out something different every week.
Yeah.
Last 3 weeks, the Crows have gone predominantly yellow, normal, and then predominantly
Full red. Yeah.
with yellow sleeves or yellow trimming.
They look like Gold Coast from the back.
Oh,
they?
my
They're like
word.
the red back with the
They
yellow
look real.
numbers.
I didn't mind the yellow one.
I
But
like the yellow
red one is so... I don't know.
There's a lot going on
There's
here.
so much,
red-
but like red's such a popular color, like such a busy color in the AFL already.
Yeah.
Like there's like this. You look at the Swans and the Suns, and like there's why are they doing that?
Melbourne's away.
They had a perfectly fine white clash strip,
Yeah.
the Crows, for years, and no one it was a good kit. Like no one minded it, and now they've thrown that completely in the bin. And gone for these rogue as
red, real
bright
Mark Prosciutto
red.
06 areas. I remember that.
Yeah,
A few red things in the yellow. I mean, I think it was Paul Season went long sleeves.
Yep.
That was real high vis areas, looking like your local
He'll get
council
votes.
worker.
He has to get votes because he was very
He would have been
noticeable.
spotted.
Visible.
Yeah, so the
it
Crows
had a bit of a training, like a training bib vibe to it, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did, yeah.
Maybe that's why they took Tom Lynch so long to get Tommy Lynch back on. They couldn't remember which Guernsey they were looking for.
Yeah, they're trying
in
to
the kit bag.
in
They're
the
like,
kit,
"Blue
rummaging
one's
through
yellow."
the bottom, yeah.
No, we're not. We're
Not the white, not the yellow, not the normal.
27 minutes
So
later.
they need,
it's
I
finally on
reckon
board.
the Crows are on notice. They need to pull
Yeah.
their head in a little bit, I think. So that's it. It's not for
Oh,
mine. That's
George.
not for mine.
Running his own gear.
Man with power.
On the subject of kits, you were at Anzac Days. You said, how was the kit clash? Because we were all worried about it.
Mhm.
Essendon black and red, the Collingwood black and slightly less black.
Yep.
How did it look in the stands?
Also very bad.
Okay.
In the stands, very difficult. I haven't seen any replays of the game on telly to see how maybe if it was
Why
any
wouldn't you have
better.
watched a replay. George?
Yeah.
Oh, shock.
I didn't think it was too bad on
Nah,
telly.
live it was real bad. The key is, especially when you're facing away or the player's facing away from you.
Yeah.
It's the number and the back
Yeah.
of the Guernsey.
I'm more thinking
So they were
like,
all black with white numbers, pretty much.
for the spectators, it wasn't terrible, but I could only imagine being a player. Like you look up and it's just
Well, there are a
Whoa,
few
yeah.
you'd be like,
yeah.
oh, like
As
who's
you
on
know,
my
when you
team?
go to when you go to watch the footy and you go to watch your own team,
Yeah.
you start picking out little idiosyncrasies of a player, and you can be, oh,
Yeah.
that's like Finlay McRae. I've already picked up.
Yeah.
He's really quite hunched over,
Yeah.
much like his brother, and you can be, oh, that's Finlay McRae, or
Mm.
someone maybe the boots that they wear. You can
That
kind
one
of
getting
identify.
marked as Jack Madgen.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can kind of pick out, or from a long way away, you'd be like, oh, that's Finlay McRae, or Braden Maynard wears black boots, for example.
Yeah.
But you could not tell anyone apart. There'd be times when you'd be handballing, or a player would handball. That is
yeah,
one of our
yeah.
players. So yeah, not great. I think Andrew McGrath came out and said that it wasn't bad on the field.
Just
but
be
if they-
better.
if they-
Next year, learn from it and be better.
If the
Collingwood should be
AFL are
like,
happy-
yeah, that's why we
Yeah.
couldn't kick the footy.
If the AFL are happy with that, then why wouldn't they just let the Crows wear their normal Guernsey against
Yeah.
Hawthorn?
Yeah.
But,
It doesn't
anyway,
matter.
Moving on.
I wanted to discuss, like I said, I was at the Gold Coast on the weekend. I want to do a little stadium review of Metricon.
Yep.
It was actually, honestly, I was like, I didn't really know what to expect. I thought it'd be like a little bit suburban, but it's actually as beautifully well appointed. Like it's pretty new.
Yeah. How many seats are there?
About 25,000 for footy.
Yeah. Okay.
There weren't that many there.
No.
We got seated in the eastern stand, which meant we saw sun all day, and there was a lot of it. I
Yeah.
can say I call them the Gold Coast Suns.
Yeah.
That's
That's where the reef oil really got to run. The reflectors are out.
A couple of times I had to go and find a beer out the back because I just couldn't be in the sun anymore.
Yeah.
man, you
What
know.
was the bit? What was the 4X?
There was they had Carlton Mids, and they had a cider, and they also had Four Pines Pale Ale on tap.
Oh.
Which I assume is like some kind of mid-strength stadium mix.
Didn't want to get the Stone and Wood up from Byron Bay.
Well, I thought I might have seen Bolter XPA because it's very much a Gold Coast sort of setup.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it was really impressive. I was particularly impressed with the toilets. You know, you go to a stadium and you're like, the toilets here are brand new.
Yeah.
They had the but they were clean and
urinal
they had
cakes.
Yeah.
That's good.
But
Yeah.
they were clean. They had like the urinal all around the wall and
Yeah.
stuff, and but the paper towel was particularly impressive. They just had excellent paper.
Did they
towels.
have Dyson
It's good
Airblade?
amenities.
Because if you don't have a Dyson, if you're a pub owner or a
hands-free.
stadium management man or woman, you need to have a Dyson Airblade.
I think it was
But
Dyson Airblades. I'm a paper towel operator
Okay.
myself, personally. But the one that really caught my eye was that they actually sell spirits like in those. They have the bottles in those runners atop the bar, like the wall mounted things.
Dispensers, yeah.
So they sell spirits by the nip up there.
That's
which
mint.
is that's knowing your audience.
Yeah, we're on the Gold Coast. People are here
Yeah.
for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah, lots of Bundy rum branding.
If
very good stuff.
If you buy 5 of these,
So-
we'll give you free entry to Sin City tonight. If you make your way into
Yeah.
double.
So I'd say 8 out of 10. I'd go back for sure.
Yeah,
I'd go
okay.
back for sure.
Okay, that's
And Gold Coast got up in a boil over it. It was good. It was
Yeah.
good footy to watch. I was there with 3 Sydney fans. Less impressed.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like toilet review. I mean, I'm not
Toilet
always
review.
I'm not always one rolling into the MCG going, can't wait to take a dump,
But yeah.
but I'm looking
But
forward
you
to
know
going
what
to
I mean?
Metricon.
Like, it's one of those things. You go to a new stadium.
This
and you're like,
podcast has fallen off a cliff. We're doing apparel chat and toilet reviews every
Yeah.
week.
Well, hang on, just maybe just a little bit a slight aside to apparel chat. Sydney's away Guernsey, their kit very good.
very good.
Yeah,
Very
the
good.
majority white.
Yes.
Bottom half.
I'm pretty sure now as well. I've seen every AFL team win live in the flesh as well. I just can't 100% pinpoint when I've seen Adelaide win, but I'm pretty sure I have. The other ones I'm very confident with. I also can't 100% pinpoint Melbourne winning, but I watched them a lot when I was younger.
They would have had to have won.
They would have had to have won. Yeah,
surely.
I used to see them play Hawthorn at Waverley all the time. They would have won one back in the 90s.
Surely.
So I'm pretty sure I'm there. But
Well,
George,
big ups to the Gold Coast then.
big up to the Gold Coast.
Yep.
It was a great stadium to watch footy. I'm really.
I did
keen-
like you put in the group message that some Gold Coast fans were
Oh,
screaming
yeah.
out, catch it.
Yeah,
rather
yeah.
than
There was
mark
a
it.
couple of rowdier Gold Coast fans behind me who I think not so much footy fans, really. And they're
of
going,
rugby
yeah,
operators.
catch that. You got to catch that. And then as the Sydney fans were leaving, sort of 10 minutes into the fourth quarter, because they're 50 points down, they're giving them the stick on the way out. And I was like,
Do you reckon they
oh,
were watching
man.
Anzac Day and they saw Anthony McDonald tipping Woody's goal and they're like, that ball was in touch. What did they do? Which was miles out.
George, you've brought something up off air that we want to bring to the table.
Yep,
You've got
I like this.
you've got a cross sport comparison ready
Yep.
for us.
Let's see how this goes, shall we? Okay. West Coast are the Shaun Marsh of AFL.
I like it
I like it
Yeah.
a lot as well.
So have no problem winning at home. We saw that last year when they finally made it back from the hub in Queensland. They've
And when the chips are down,
they didn't beat Collingwood convincingly, but they had Collingwood's number. That was all fine. I can't remember who they beat a few weeks before. But then they come over to Victoria. They get
Stink
done
it up
by the
against St Kilda.
Saints
Yeah.
of all people, and then get completely murdered by Geelong.
Yeah, they gave up against it.
Much like Shaun Marsh is very good at Sheffield Shield level on a
Yeah.
flat track and go out and make 150, 200, get Sheffield Shield Player of the Year.
Yeah.
But when the chips are on the table and he's playing for Australia, when we really need him,
No,
not quite
So
there.
Not
So there's a little bit of a Western
Yeah.
Australia flavour over
When there's
there.
a green seamer at the Gabba,
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe
we
Fre-
don't-
Mate, when the chips are up, and
Yeah.
the flat is the
maybe
track's
yeah.
flat.
So that it's the
Boy.
Derby this weekend in front of I don't know how many people are going to be there, but Freo might be thinking, oh, we've probably got him here because Freo obviously came off a win against, albeit North Melbourne.
West Coast is minimum 6-goal winners, I reckon.
It'll be an unconvincing, 6 or 7 goal
I
win.
reckon they'll steamroll.
the Eagles have to win.
So let's just watch the Eagles, see
they
if they
don't-
can get a win elsewhere.
They don't like the whole. They don't like the flat track bully, the home, the hometown thing. But geez, they don't do much to
No.
help themselves the last couple of
Yeah.
years, did they? Let's move on. Before we go, we've made a little tradition of picking our underdogs who'll win. Tommy Beers, you're in form on this one,
3 in a row.
3 in a row. So who have you got? Who are your 3?
I mean, it becomes easy when you just tip against the Pies every week. So, but
I can't.
and
have
I
that.
was very tempted to go again with the.
They're
to go
very
against
short.
them.
The Pies. $1.50.
They're just going, but
They're not even just going. They're second last.
yeah, well, they're just like
Yeah.
fielding a side. Let's put it that way.
Outright 17th.
But looking at the markets this week, and we always like to find a little bit of value and an underdog to get up. I'm going to side with the Bombers to beat Carlton on Sunday afternoon.
This must be an error. I can't see how.
Talking
Carlton are favourites.
about a team that's just going, Carlton.
Yeah.
They Harry Mackay kicked 6 and they still got beaten comfortably. Like that is as good as they can do offensively, and they lost by 4 or 5 goals, whatever it was. It's like, whoa. And Essendon, as much as Essendon aren't great, they're showing a bit. They're showing a little bit more. Like at the start of the year, they were like, oh, this could be real bad. Injuries decimated just playing the kids, but their kids are showing a bit. They've seemed to find something forward of the footy. Their forward line's functioning okay.
Peter Wright played all right.
Stringer, 2 metre Peter, McDonald, Tip and Woody, like they're going all right. So I'm happy to be with them for 4 in a row this week.
They're $2.18, the Bombers, to Carlton $1.69.
Yeah.
I can't see
it's the wrong way around.
Gamble responsibly,
Yeah.
as we say.
Yep.
I'm going to go with, I'm going to take your advice here, Beersy. Go against Collingwood.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Gold Coast.
I'm not talking you out of it. That's
Gold
for
Coast
sure.
look pretty good.
Yep.
Gold Coast look pretty good. And I think they can just about do it on the MCG. It's not their worst ground, Gold Coast, but it's pretty bad. But we'll see how they go. Ports, what's yours, mate?
I was going to go with Melbourne victory, but they got a win last week, so we'll park that one.
Bang.
I will go with the Hawks to beat St Kilda. So obviously they belted. Well, they didn't belt. They came back after being belted by Adelaide after half-time last week. But the Hawks are at $2.28. St Kilda $1.63. That's very short for a team that has been belted for the last 3 or 4 weeks. That's at Marvel, so St Kilda's home game, of course, but I'm not sure that the Saints are playing
That's a 50-50
that well.
for
That's a
mine as
50-50,
well.
and if the Hawks are going to be the underdogs, I'll happily take them.
Good
That's
shout.
right. And as always, gamble responsibly.
Yep.
That's enough from us, I think, boys. On the Triple M Fan Footy podcast this week, we've got another massive suite of games coming up. I'm really looking forward to the Dogs v Richmond.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
That'd be
massive game. So make sure to stay across. Listen to all the calls on Triple M. Stay across our socials. We're at Triple M Footy everywhere. I've been your host, Rudy Edsel. Tommy Beers with me.
Thanks, mate.
George Porter.
See you next week.
We'll see you next time.
The footy's on Triple M.